everyone. How are you all? This is weekend, and I think you all are sitting with your tea and coffee. Although it's 7 o'clock, but second round of tea, of course, and watching my show. This is Mona Lisa, and this is my show, Mona Lisa's Talk Show. And I'm so happy to tell you that this is already season 3 happening, and we are shooting first episode early because the finale is happening tomorrow. And today I have an interesting guest with me who is also an actor, an author, and she wears many hats. So let me quickly invite Devika Das. Hi Devika,
Hello.
how are you?
I'm very well. I'm doing very well. I hope you have had a great start to the weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so happy to have you on my show. And this is season 3. You are the first guest, first episode. So lucky to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's my great honor. Thank you for doing this. Thank you.
And before we start, let me quickly give a small info about you and then we can start the conversation. So, Devika Das is an acclaimed author and actor based in Hyderabad, showcases her narrative finesse in Meghna, a Hindi novella by Anecdote Publishing House. Her children's book, The Climate Ninja, has delighted audiences, published by Merlin Bond. The Mind Game, her national bestseller, now graces bookshelves in London. So much to, you're wearing so many hats and you're giving me already so many, look, Jita, so God, acclaimed authors coming to my show. I'm so happy. Now,
Thank you.
let me quickly ask you the first question, which I have been, dying to ask because your novella seems so interesting, Meghna. Please tell me about your first book. I guess this is your first novella.
So it is actually in the series. If you see in my publishing journey, this is my third book and first novella because before this I have written a non-fiction book and I have published my poems, but and a children's book. But this one is basically a novella. It revolves the story revolves. It's a Hindi novella, so I did not want to restrict myself in English, and I wanted to explore different languages as well and keep my writing diverse and test it. So, Meghna is a retrospective narrative of a theater artist. Like a lot of people say that arts is not a money making machine. You don't make money. It cannot be your career, but the satisfaction that arts gives, that cannot be explained in words. Like I do writing theater. I'm a theater actress myself. So the joy of hearing the audience applaud after the show is over, I think I cannot put a price tag on that, and I cannot explain it in words. But coming back to the novella, it has its own. It shows the life of a theater artist who who is who is now like above. She has retired, or she has left the stage for a long time, and she has gone into solitude, and she is not even appearing for public gatherings. And what went through her life and what actually goes in the background or the real life of an artist, that is what I have tried to portray through my book. Yeah.
Okay. And Meghna is the main protagonist of the story, I think.
Yes, Meghna is the actor's theater artist's name. Yeah.
Okay. So did this story come to you because of you being a theater artist, or it was like earlier in your mind already, and you wanted to, create this book?
So there is definitely some personal experiences which I wanted to document, and I wanted to share with people that how my journey as an artist has been so far. I did not want it to be a plain essay, but through this story, I have definitely stated. But obviously, I wanted to try my hand at fiction as well. So many parts of the book are not related to my life, but yes, sometimes while writing this book, I had few inhibitions, or you say questions in my mind while writing, that whether I will experience the same when I am Meghna's age. Yeah, so I don't know. Those are the unanswered questions. I am very excited to unravel them in future. Yeah.
Interesting. And how much time it take for you to complete the draft and then sending it to the publishers and getting it in your hand?
first draft was ready by in 1.5 years, and then I got it edited. Mrs. Lizzie Jain, she was very kind, and she edited the whole thing. So if you to say the process of preparing this book was around 2 years, and after that I got the support of Anecdote Publishing House, who chose my manuscript and who chose to tell my story and published it. So, Anecdote Publishing House, I had known them because of their book marketing services. They had helped me a lot in marketing the Mind Game. And then when I heard that they have their own publishing services also, I said, why not try a hand at that and let's see? Because they already have a marketing network, why shouldn't I explore their publishing services as well? And they are based in Delhi, and and Delhi being a Hindi-speaking region, I wanted to my target audience was basically the Hindi-speaking audience. So I thought, this is a win-win situation for me.
Okay. That's really interesting to know that you have targeted the Delhi audience, and I'm based in Delhi, so my hand would be surely on Meghna soon. And
Thank
actually,
you.
I am doing that. I'm reading slowly because I've already interviewed 18 authors, so it's not possible for me to read that quickly. But I've promised them all that one after another, I'm coming to your books and I'm going to read them.
Never
So,
mind, because like I say, tell everybody. So it is better to get consumed by a book and feel the essence of the book rather than just completing a book. So I will be very happy if you consume the content and you really feel connected with the content. That will be a motivation for me.
sure, sure, absolutely. Now, I want to know that your national bestseller, The Mind Game, this graces the bookshelves in London. So, I would really like to know the entire journey of what the book is about and how did it become a bestseller.
So the Mind Game, it was conceptualized in 2016. I started my research in 2016 because when I was in Delhi, and I used to read a lot about mental health, and I actually I was staying in a PG there, and I used to hear stories of how people are struggling in their lives, and students especially. I used to read newspaper reports about teenage suicides due to pressure of studies, pressure of non-performance in academics. And I used to think that what makes a person go to that extent, that a person is unsure of your one's life so much that you enter into into and it is a very serious subject when you study about mental health. People think, oh नहीं नहीं साइकोलॉजिस्ट के पास जाने का मतलब पागल थोड़ी ना हो, क्यों जाओगे? But it is not the case. It is like, even if I am not be able to understand my complex emotions, I should go to someone and get them treated, because what I we are taught right from childhood to suppress our emotions. नहीं नहीं बेटा रो मत, नहीं नहीं बेटा you are in a public gathering, don't show it, don't show it, don't show your real emotions. So I think that is fed into our minds right from the childhood, and that is the stereotype I wanted to challenge with this book, that it is okay to talk about, I am not feeling well today. Why am I not feeling well? It is not a physical injury, but my mind is not in the right frame. I don't have the right frame of mind. It is absolutely fine to say this. I wanted to make these conversations honest, real, and transparent between humans, because I feel a human being is a social animal. Unless and until we express ourselves freely, confidently, we will be the sufferers. It will be us who will suffer the most. It will not The third person does not care what is happening to you, but you need to take care of your emotions, you need to take care of your mental health, and that is the message I wanted to share with. So that is how the mind game happened.
And how did it reach London?
So how did it reach London? It is a very strange case actually for me, because I never thought it will be so widely accepted. Like so, within the first year, with the 2018, it got published by Blue Rose Publishers, and now after the very good, excellent performance, the publishers actually converted the self-published mode to traditional mode. So now it has gone into the traditional mode of publishing because it has done so well. So then the publisher asked me that we have selected your book for London, and we would be displaying it in London. Are you willing to do it? I said, why not? Who says no to it? And so I think my gratitude, my sincere gratitude to my publisher who has shown so much of belief. Heston publishers who have shown so much of belief in the book, and saw the capability that the book could affect so many people, that reading this book will help people. So I express my sincere gratitude to the publishers who helped me in this journey.
And is it available in India?
It is available in India on Amazon and Flipkart, or on Blue Rose Store. You can go and grab a copy. It is available. Please do read, and that is, and I hope it can connect with new readers as well.
Yeah, that's nice. Now, you are an acclaimed author as well as an actor. So, tell me the journey. Where were you born? Your education? How did you become an actor and then an author?
Okay, so I was born in Chandigarh. I come from a defense background, so we used to change places every 1.5 years, and due to my father's postings, and so that gave me an exposure to diversity, to different cultures. I have studied in army school all through my life, through my school life, and then I shifted to Bangalore for my graduation, where I studied in Mount Carmel College. That was a different experience because so far I was studying in a co-ed system, whereas Mount Carmel College back in 2002 was an all-girls college. So coming, that transition was also very important for me. I believe right now I can say that it was a very important phase, because I truly understood the meaning of women empowerment, and I also heard stories and listened to the struggles of a woman to be successful in India, what it takes to become successful as a woman in India. So I think that exposure was also very important for me to grow as a person. Then theater, I would say that I have been acting since I was small, like 4 years of age. I dressed up as a traffic light in a fancy dress competition, and the first time that I heard the the audience cheering, I don't know what worked inside me. I said, "Bhaiya, ये तो करना है, कुछ भी करो. This I cannot leave. Studies, work, everything will come be there, but this I will never leave." So since 4 years of age, I have been acting on stage, school, college, inter college competitions. All that was fine. But in 2002, when I was doing my graduation in Bangalore, I started attending professional theater workshops, and that is when I came across Jagriti Theatre in Bangalore. I came. I met Arundhati Raja and Jagdish Raja, and I started my career in theater as from backstage. So from behind, I saw what a theater production looks like, and I can't tell you, Mona Lisa, it was a magical world. I said I want to be a part of the world. I want to experience what goes through. an actor's life. And since then, I have been acting, so it's already 22 years since I have been acting. And yeah, whatever phase, like whether it is work or whether it is education, theater has been a part of my life always. And writing was a hobby when I started as a student, but then when Mind Game was published and the public accepted my writing, I said, okay, let's start this journey as well. So why not? So far the journey has been very good. I have done more than 500 plus shows all across India, stage shows, and I have done a lot of short films. Two of my short films have won the national award, and I have also, thank you, and I have also been a part of the team Nishumbita, which created a world record in theater in 2022. So yeah, I think acting has made me a different person altogether. It has helped me explore myself as a person, and it has, yeah, I think creative arts has contributed a lot in the person I am today.
And I'm sure that being a theater person, I think emotions, expressions come like easy to you when it comes to writing as well. I mean, I just feel,
Yes,
I don't know. Yeah.
definitely, it comes very naturally to me, but I also get very overwhelmed when I'm writing, because sometimes the script becomes I get too immersed in the story, and it is I start feeling that, okay, this is my world, and suddenly the characters in my story come real to me. So I think that is what a fiction writer faces. Every fiction writer faces. So I am very happy to be in that world for some time, then come out again when my manuscript is over, and then again I get into another story. But yes, you are right that the emotions come naturally, and everything that I write is very authentic. Yeah.
And like I've talked to many authors, and mostly they've said that COVID was quite productive for them. So was it the same for you? Like, like you being such an expressive person, and you are a theater person. So was it difficult for you because you must be very outgoing also? So being in the confines, how did it affect you?
It was very productive for me. I read a lot of books. I spent a lot of time reading. I also a lot of like Meghna was conceptualized during COVID, and I was just reflecting on my theater journey when the idea of Meghna conceptualized. And I think if COVID wouldn't have happened, I think Meghna wouldn't have happened. So I feel very blessed that I got that time to think, because work was there. I was still working. I had a full time job, but yes, uh, I have. I used to hear the walls speak to me. So that was the kind of, you can say, that was the kind of relationship with my emotions during COVID. Yeah.
So I really want to know that you have mentioned in your profile that you've earned national awards for your short films, and you are also a speaker at TED circles. So what were those films
Yes.
about? And the audience would be happy to know about it. And I also want to know that why were you invited for the TED circle as well? Like something more elaborate if you can do.
Sure. So first, I'll answer about the national awards. So there are two films that I acted in. One was The Waterman. Both were directed by Anshul Sinha. He's a very popular director in Hyderabad, and I acted in two films, Waterman and The Silent Voice. Waterman is the story of how to save water, preserve water. That is the message of the film. And I was playing the role of a housewife there, and the silent voice has a very lovely message that how do we pollute our water resources, how do we pollute lakes. So it was on lake preservation, and it is a so I am a domestic help at a school,
Okay.
and where the student cannot speak, but through her art she shows that how much we have polluted the lake and what needs to be done, what she feels as a student, as a small child, what she feels. So that is why it is called the one of the films. Coming to the TED Circle, I was invited by Indian School of Business and ICFI Business School. Sorry, I was invited by ICFI Business School, and I was asked to give a talk. I was asked to talk about truth telling. So I feel the people saw my profile and they read my book, The Mind Game, which they found to be very authentic, and that's why this chose me for the topic of truth telling and what happens. How do we always tell the truth, and why is it important? That was the topic of my TED talk, and it was very well received by this attendee or by the audience, because a lot of people said that there are that I addressed it as there is nothing called absolute truth. There is always that gray area, that 1% gray area. You cannot say you believe something is true, which which is aligning with your views. That is what is truth for you. The thing that does not align with you, you do not. So everybody's truth, everybody's version of truth is different. So that's why you should be honest and you should be open to a dialogue.
But don't you think that these days truth is not accepted as easily, as much as the false is? The world has gone so false, I feel sometimes.
I still have somewhere hope that I still somewhere hope that there is a little bit of, I am a bit of optimistic in
Believe.
that nature, that yes, we are surrounded by a lot of misinformation, a lot of falsehood is there around us, a lot of negativity is around us, but it also shows our it is testing our vulnerability, whether we will give in to those falsehoods and change our nature. If we are resilient, if we are strong enough to oppose that falsehood, I think it is testing our truth, that what is our truth, will we also succumb under the pressure of falsehood or not. So I think it is a time that our truth is being tested,
Okay. So, any if
and
do you have your book
we
with you and you wish to read?
introspect and find the answer within us. I beg
Absolutely.
your pardon.
Do you
Yeah.
have the book with you? Any of your books you wish to read? Anything?
No, right now I'm sorry, I don't have the book to
Okay.
read. I'll definitely create a video and I will post it for your audience, which you can post on your profile. I
Sure.
don't have anything right now because I am in the middle of a rehearsal
I
for my
understand.
next show. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, you have also written a children's book, The Climate Ninja. Tell me
Yes.
about this book as well, please.
The Climate Ninja is, as the name suggests, it is about saving the environment. So the central character, Rumpus, is the central character, and so basically, Rumpus comes and says that, okay, you have polluted, my world has been polluted, I don't want the earth to be polluted. And how the Climate Ninja and Rumpus go about educating people to actually save the planet. Yeah.
Okay. So I see that you have written books for all kind of age group, from children fiction to young adult, and then Meghna is there. So I think you must be having a great fan following as well, and reviews must have come too. So which book remains your chosen one, your favorite, the most close to your heart?
I this is a very tough question for me because I am so I will say the Mind Game is one of the best books I have written, I think. But I think I can't pick one book and say that this is my favorite. But definitely, I have tried to explore different genres, different styles, and targeted different audience groups, different age groups. And I think in all the three areas, I think the audience has received all the books very well. So there is no correct answer to this question, but I feel the Mind Game took a lot of effort, and every book has taken effort. But I think since the Mind Game was the first one, and I did not expect such a response, what the book has got. So I think it is one of the best I have written. Yeah, the best is yet to come. I have not yet written. Yeah.
But if you were to ask me, I think your book Meghna's cover page really talked to me, and I felt that it must be something like women centric. And being a feminist, that book attracted me. So my first pick would be, of course, Meghna, because I haven't read any
Yeah.
novel in Hindi as of yet.
Okay. Okay. No, thank you. Thank you so much for showering so much love on Meghna.
Yeah. So there's an interesting segment that we do since you do not have your book. So maybe we can directly go there and do the rapid fire. And I will expect a reading from you though, and I'll put it on my YouTube and also on my page. So please do make a reading video. So this
Sure.
is rapid fire. Okay, who is your? It has to be monosyllabic. Try to be monosyllabic. Okay. Who's your favorite actor?
Nawazuddin Siddiqui.
Okay, I was guessing it a bit. Okay, now favorite food.
Rajma Chawal.
Oh, lovely. Same here. What are you currently reading?
In Search, written by Ruchi Kapoor Sharma. So it is a self-help book, and it is a poetry collection. Yeah.
Lovely. Any favorite destination on the bucket list?
So okay, favorite destination in the bucket list. It is, what should I say now? Yeah, Switzerland is,
Okay.
and
Favorite
Tawang.
pastime?
I have two actually.
Okay.
There's Tawang and Switzerland. Yeah.
Okay. Lovely. Favorite pastime?
Reading.
Any other hobby apart from writing and acting that I do not know about?
So I love cooking and trying new recipes whenever I have time from after work, and when I don't have any theater engagements or writing engagements. I generally like to try out different cuisines, and I like. So there is a friend of mine here with whom I go restaurant hopping. So that is one of, so I am like ठीक है घर पे नहीं बनाना, थोड़ा बाहर भी जाना हो जाएगा, एंड वी विल ट्राई आउट। हर वीकेंड में कोई ना कोई नया रेस्टोरेंट खुल जाता है भाई आजकल। सो आई एम लाइक चलो चलो जाएंगे, ट्राई करेंगे। सो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी आई
And
हैव
you are in
दैट।
Hyderabad, so you must be also cooking some Hyderabadi recipes and all.
I am trying to, but I am a very bad cook, so I yeah.
And the last one is, where do you see yourself 10 years from now?
So this is a very game because I generally live in the present, so I can just say that I am loving my life, however it is going. I cannot really tell what will I do in 10 years because my life has been a checkered life. Whatever I have done, it is done because of the decisions I have taken in the moment, and I have not never regretted any of them. Yeah. So I,
And
I
how much?
like to live my life every single day.
That's interesting that living in the present moment is a good mantra, because I think people are always worried about either about the future or they are stuck in the past. So it's good. Okay, I really want to know that was there any pressure when you decided to go for theater and all, because एक होता है ना stereotypical thought process. No, you do this, you do medicine, you do something like this.
So the earlier definitely it was very difficult to it was a challenge for me to convince my parents that I really want to do it and I'm really passionate about it, because earlier I myself was never so convinced that okay, theater will become a second life for me and without theater I will not survive. It had not it the what do you say, the attraction had not yet grown to such a level. So I first I wanted to convince myself that do I just take it up as a hobby, or do I, or like do something for 2 3 years and then just leave it, and get into the normal rut of life. Do I want to do that, or do I want to keep theater as a part of my life? So luckily, none of my other engagements, like I have been working for the last 15 years, and my work and my theater commitments have never clashed, never. And all my managers, I thank all my managers because they have seen my diehard passion and my willingness to do theater, and they have supported me. But yes, it was a bit. There were several rounds of discussions at home when I told that theater will be there, if it is not full time, at least as a side thing, as a side hustle. Theater will be there. I am not going to leave theater. So it was very hard to explain to them, because after my graduation I also took a year's break. I took a break for 1 year to apply to NSD, FDI, and try my luck to make it a full time career. But when that did not happen, I said it's fine, because and my father, we had a very open I had a very open discussion with my father, where he clearly mentioned that you have to do a master's, and there was a certain way that financial freedom is a goal that he has planned for me. I also first, at the beginning, it was sounding very weird to me that why should I have financial freedom, but now thanks to his principles, thanks to thanks to those discussions, I feel very free. I'm very liberated because I have a job. I have my own. I can manage my finances well, and that I have achieved that financial freedom, and it gives me a lot of satisfaction and contentment. I am fully contented, and as I said, the fact that I can live every day and I can go to bed peacefully and have a good night's sleep, I think I couldn't have asked more than this in my life.
That's lovely. And I've seen you talk a lot about promotion of book on social media. So I would like to know your thoughts on it, and if you can give some advice to the aspiring authors, the budding ones who are really new to this journey, because this remains a
Right now,
tedious journey as well. Promoting your books.
see, first, my thoughts on promotion is that, do you believe in the story what you have written? Do you believe in what you write? If yes, what is the harm in telling the world about it? Obviously, you can't expect, if somebody else does it for you, you will have to pay them something, right? So it is like, and nowadays there is so much of competition. If you want to find, there are a lot of marketing techniques, promotion techniques available.
Yeah.
You can, but I would also say that every author or every writer has a different expectation from where the book should reach, about where the book should reach, and what do you really want out of the book. Why are you, if you want it to become a bestseller, or if you want to earn quick money, you have to invest a lot of money. It doesn't
That's
happen so easily. It doesn't happen so easily. And nothing is free in this world. Nothing comes free of cost.
that's
So,
well, my
but
interviews are absolutely happening for all the authors out there.
it is and don't no, I'm really grateful to people like you, Mona Lisa, who have really reached out to us and who want to who are giving a platform to us and discussing with us about our journey, because this is what is needed. More than promotion, I think we need to build our own community of people who will trust in our writing. See, first of all, in such a big world, you cannot expect that the book will be a great book without testing the waters. So go out,
True.
test it for yourself, see what works well for you. There are a lot of
Hmm.
options available for promoting your book, but you should take the initiative as an author. You should take the initiative of promoting, because I am saying this out of my experience. The mind game has spread its wings only by word of mouth and through the marketing initiatives that we did. So it is like win the confidence of the people.
Hmm.
And it is not, many people say that it is a lot, the industry is very competitive, you have to spend a lot of money or engage in a lot of paid boosts. It is not required.
Hmm.
As I said, if you want 10,000 followers in one day, then you
Hmm.
engage in paid boost. But if you don't
Yeah.
want that, if you have the patience of seeing the organic growth of the book, you keep promoting, keep consistently posting on social media. You
Absolutely.
don't have to brag. You don't have to brag about
Hmm.
your book. I'm not talking about bragging, but I'm just saying that promotion does not mean bragging. It means just telling that why have you written the story, what have you written the story, and what is there in it for the readers. Because nowadays, if I see the attention span of a reader, attention span of an individual is very low. How do you catch the
True.
attention of a person when the person can see an advertisement or a reel or a YouTube video?
Hmm.
How will you get your audience? How will you attract the audience? And those times are gone when you can actually, like पहले होता था ना, हम लाइब्रेरीज जाते थे, अभी लाइब्रेरी कौन जाता है बताइए.
True. True.
लाइब्रेरी
That's true.
जाने से you could find readers and you can
Hmm.
that I have also written the book. मैंने भी book लिखा है भाई. तो because a lot of times when I go to my office, when they came to know that I am an author, there were few people who immediately ordered the book. ऐसे लोग नहीं मिलते भाई. सही मैं बोल रही हूँ, ऐसे
Hmm.
नहीं मिलते. बट इन ऑर्डर टू फाइंड दोज पीपल, यू नीड टू मार्केट द बुक, यू नीड टू प्रमोट द बुक. और ऐसे ही अगर चंद लोग आपको मिल जाए ना जो जेन्युइनली आपके बुक को सपोर्ट करना चाहते हैं, उसी से खुशी मिल जाती है. हमको और कुछ नहीं चाहिए.
True.
Everybody does not want to
Hmm.
become a best-selling author. Let it take,
That's
let
true.
the what I feel is let the book take its own stride. बुक की भी एक जर्नी होनी
Hmm.
चाहिए ना. ये तो आप लोगों को बताओगे क्या? जैसे आपकी,
Hmm.
जैसे अगर मेरे मेरे जर्नी में इतने चैलेंजेस नहीं आते, आई वुडंट हैव बीन हियर ऑन दिस इंटरव्यू एंड टॉकिंग टू यू. अगर इफ लाइफ इज लाइक आई से, इवन हार्ट डजंट बीट ऑन अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. अरे तो बुक को भी एक्सपीरियंस करने दीजिए ना उसके चैलेंजेस, उसके बाद देखेंगे क्या होता है. आपने लिख दिया ना, आपको भरोसा है ना, तो बस.
That's a lovely positive attitude. I'm sure all the audience will be happy to know that we just need to keep our spirits high. That should be our main, like goal ki लिख दिया and let it be. उसके बाद yeah, you have to promote, no wonder in that. But you just don't have to take so much stress on it. I see people, they
करेक्ट.
put so much of cash, so much of money to put their book on airports, to keep their book on bookshelves and in bookstore. I said like, okay, done, yeah, likh diya, it's good. Now people will find it interesting, they will buy it.
Like I had heard an Instagram interview of Pico Iyer. He is a best-selling author. He has said whether it is 5 or 500, that should not matter. When you are writing the book, it matters what you are writing. Believe in your content
Hmm.
first. आप सही से अगर ऑनेस्ट इवैल्यूएशन करके बोल सकते हो कि मैंने अच्छा लिखा है और मेरी मेरी किताब किसी को पढ़नी चाहिए, बस आप उसी में
Hmm.
जीत गए हो, और कुछ नहीं चाहिए अब।
Nice. So it was lovely talking to you, Devika, today. I learned a lot from you and the positivity I gained. I'm so happy to interview also. And so many aspects of your life I got to know. So it was really great fun to talk to you today. So, anyways, people, I'm sure I'm going to again catch up with Devika. I think her screen got frozen, and because of the net issues, sometimes it happens. Anyway, it was really lovely talking to Devika Das. She is an actor, she is an author, she is a theater artist, and I will definitely ask her that whether her short movies are available somewhere on any platform so that we can also watch. I'm really keen to watch those, and they are also award-winning movies. So please do support her journey as a writer as well. I will drop the links to her books, and this was season 3, episode 1. I was talking to Devika Das. Hope you enjoyed the session. Have a great time, have fun, and read many books. Bye, all.